Warming up.
Well, hey, the kids want to be in it, so hey.
Yeah. We should do all right. I think we're down a couple guys tonight.
Seems like they're always down.
I don't think we've played a game with a full team yet. But it's early.
He apologized. Well, I think I'll join my wife and watch the show. The play was running and he's off. And the guy's standing there all alone. Yeah, and not one took the ball. They just fell into it. Well, you know when they do the hail Mary, you like you got at least keep one at the back of the goal. It's not something that you got behind. So you got tipped. Oh yeah.
Here we go, boys. Middlehurst takes the draw. Won by the Admirals. It's up through neutral ice. Brady just overskated that one. Admirals in the Flyer zone. Shot off the side of the net. Hobor up to the blue line to Clark. Get out. Admirals dump that back in. Picked off by Brady to Arkema. To Hobor in the near corner. He'll send it up to Middlehurst. Middlehurst skates through neutral ice. Gains the zone. Lets a shot go. Didn't get all of it. Clark in the far corner. Gets beat by the Admirals, and they'll send it down the ice for icing. Brown in, just take the draw. Keeping the Admiral zone. Run by the Admirals, they'll play it back to the far corner. Mason to Brown. Loose puck. Brown gets bumped. Critchley steps up. Gets the puck in the corner. Brown takes down his man. Loose puck behind the Admirals net. And I think Brown's going to the box for that one. 2 minutes for interference. Not the way the Flyers wanted to start. Mason in to take the draw. Admirals win it. Played it towards the Flyers net. Milks plays that off the side. Admirals behind the net. Campbell gets a stick on it to break up that pass. Admirals to the point. Dump it back in. Centering attempt. Deflected by Campbell. Mason gets a piece of it to the blue line. Not out. Tribble. It's the puck along the far boards. Critchley. He'll get that out. Send it down the ice for quick change for the Flyers. Mason in on the forecheck. Clearing pass. Mason got a stick on it. Brings it up. Sends it out to the neutral zone to Brady. Brady waits for the Admirals to come out, and then he'll dump the puck back in. Critchley in on the forecheck. Wins that battle. Admirals come up with it and skate it out of their zone. And over the Flyers' blue line. Lets a shot go. Easy save from Milks. Rebound comes out to the near corner. Play to the blue line and out by Hobor. Thrown on net. Admirals goalie plays it. Mason in on the forecheck, just missed the puck. Admirals play to neutral ice. Middlehurst just couldn't get the stick out there. And Hobor whiffs on that clearing attempt. Takes his man in the boards. Brady leaves it behind the net. Admirals played out the far side. Cross ice pass. Comes to the blue line. Hobor blocks that shot. Played off the boards to Middlehurst. Couldn't quite handle it. Loose puck in center ice. Brady gets it to the blue line to Martin and out. Brady bumps his man. Plays it back to Hobor. Hobor fires it out. Tried to catch Brown coming out of the box. And that'll just go for icing. And Brown was not expecting that pass. Brown out of the box to take the draw deep in the Flyer zone. He'll win it back to Kraus. Kraus plays it behind the net to Campbell. Campbell lets it go to Arkema. Arkema at the half boards. Gets bumped, gets the puck to the blue line, not out. Kraus changes directions along the far boards. Puck at the Admirals blue line. Arkema backhands that deep. Brown in on the forecheck. Skates around the net. Gives chase. Admirals played up to the blue line and out. Clark with a good stick. Plays it back to Kraus. And that'll get past him deep in the Flyer zone. Admirals with possession in the near corner. Shot. Stick save into the upper net by Milks. .11:02 to go in the first period. Middlehurst in to take the draw. The Admirals come out with it. Shot blocked in front by Tribble. Another shot, pad save by Milks. Tribble gets the rebound. Brings it up through neutral ice, gets the blue line, and just stick checked. Admirals turn it around. Shot, high and wide of the net. Rebound comes to the blue line. Loose puck in front. The Admirals are let to play it. Milks with the save off the side of the net. Tribble throws it up the middle, just over the blue line. He'll clear that. Admirals dump it back in and regroup. Tribble off the near boards. Flyers are not in the right positions here. Mason gets bumped a little high. Hobart plays it around the near boards to Critchley. Critchley gets it up and out. Middlehurst steps around one man, lets one go, shot. Saved by the Admirals. Mason throws it through the blue ice. Brady missed his man, and I think he's going in the box for tripping. Brown in to take the face-off. Scrum off the draw, tied up in some skates. Campbell tries to get a stick on it. Still on everybody's skates. Puck comes up. Martin with a good stick. He'll deflect that shot. Milks will cover it for a whistle. Brown in to take the draw again. He'll win it cleanly to Campbell this time. Right off the boards to the blue line and out. Brown with Martin. Odd man rush. In over the blue line. Lets one go just wide of the net. Kraus at the blue line dumps it back in. Puck in the near corner. Admirals fire to the far side. They'll get the red line and dump it into the Flyer zone. Kraus gets it up to the blue line. Snagged before it cleared out. Kraus blocks that pass with his skates. In the far corner. Admiral cycling it up to the blue line. Dumps it back in past everybody. Campbell takes his man. And the Admirals fire the puck to the far corner. Kraus takes a minute. Sends it down the length of the ice. 1 minute to go on the Flyers penalty. Martin in on the forecheck. Off the Admirals player back in their zone. Brown applying pressure. Admirals bring it out and into the Flyer zone. Trips over his own man at the blue line. Clark fires it off the ref. Doesn't get much distance out of that one. Hobart to Tribble. Tribble will dump that out to the Admirals blue line. Lack of communication here going out for both teams. Admirals back to the Flyers blue line. Backhand it. Clark picks that one up and sends that down the ice. 12 seconds to go on the Flyers penalty. Middlehurst in on the forecheck. Applying pressure. Admirals come up with it. Jump in, blocked by Clark. Admirals with the puck. Through the paint. Shot wide of the net. Centering attempt blocked by Tribble. And shot goes wide. Back to 5-on-5. Clark bumps his man. Gets the puck to the blue line and out. Arkema skates it into the Admiral zone. Lets one go. Shot. Saved by the Admirals goalie. Arkema still on the puck. Goes behind Middlehurst. Brown in, take a draw deep in the Admiral zone. He'll win it into his feet, kicks it to his stick, gets a shot, but blocked in front. Critchley with a shot wide of the net. Admirals get the puck to the blue line and out. Brown to Hobor. Hobor across to Tribble. Tribble up to Mason. Mason just gets bumped at the blue line. Puck comes back to Hobor. He'll send it up to Mason. In over the blue line. Critchley just offside. Brown's in to take the draw. He'll win it to the blue line. And the Admirals just dump it into the Flyer zone. Campbell to Brown. Brown just mishandled that pass. Brings it back to Campbell. To Krause. Krause up to the far blue line. Mason gets a piece of it and dumps it in. Critchley in on the forecheck. Puck comes to Campbell in front. Campbell shoot, Brown tips it, but the goalie's there to save it. Middlehurst wins it to Martin. Martin with the shot, blocked in front. Admirals. Play broken up at the center ice. Martin brings it over the blue line. Middlehurst is looking around, not sure what he's doing. Puck comes to Campbell at the Flyer zone. Played out. Admirals pick it up and dump it back in the Flyer zone. Centering attempt. Krause had his man tied up. Puck behind the goal line. Martin gets it to the blue line, not out. Admirals dump it back in. Campbell will play it off the glass to the blue line and out. Admirals back in the Flyers zone. Puck trickles towards the Flyers net. Milks just plays it off to the side. Shot. You got a piece of it. Puck goes up high in the mesh. Face off in the Flyer zone. Brown to take it. 5:38 to go in the first period. Brown wins it back to Hobor. He'll play it off the boards. Critchley in to pick it up. Cross ice. Hit a Admirals player. Brown gets a piece of it, sends it to the far boards to Arkema. Arkema chips it in, picks it up behind the Admirals net. Skates it around, gets taken down. Brown to Critchley. Critchley still with the puck in the far corner. Centering attempt. Nobody had their sticks down. Hobor winds up, lets one go. Off the pads of the Admirals goalie. They'll chip and send it out. Shot wide of the net. Rebound comes all the way out to Arkema on the near boards. Arkema gets the blue line, hits the brakes. Just couldn't keep the puck with them. Hobor at center ice. Hits the man. He's going to get hit. Going to the box. Too high. Head contact. That's an unfortunate call. The Admirals guy was going down when Hobor went to go make the hit. 2 minutes for head contact. Mason in to take the draw. He'll win it back. Admirals pick it up. Played to the far boards. Admirals start walking in with it. Pass intercepted by Campbell. Admirals retain possession. Deep in the Flyer zone. Shot. Bouncing puck. Campbell gets a piece of it, sees some daylight, and sends it down the ice. Middlehurst in on the forecheck. Gets a piece of it. Keeps the puck down deep. Middlehurst in the near corner. Comes up with it. Skates it around in the zone. Plays it around one player, but just couldn't quite hold on to that puck. Admirals bring it back into the Flyer zone. To the near corner. Campbell on his man. Admirals still with possession, deep in the Flyer zone. Centering attempt. Through some skates. Middlehurst gets a piece of it and dumps it down the ice. 1 minute to go on the Flyers penalty. Mason on the puck carrier. Breaks it up at the blue line. Admirals have to wait before they enter the zone. Skates in. Cross ice pass. Play broken up by Brady. Admirals still with possession. Nice slot shot. Top corner, they scored. .3:13 to go in the first period. Brown in to take the draw. He'll win it to Clark. Clark plays it to Tribble. Tribble sends it back up to Clark, but picked off by the Admirals. The Fire deep in the Flyer zone. Campbell. Man in the corner. Gets it to Martin. Martin sends it to Clark, but it was behind him. Admirals fire that back in. Campbell. Tries to play it off the boards. Martin steps in. Gets a piece of it. Backhands that to Tribble. Tribble in over the blue line. Puck still in the Admiral zone, then they'll just get it out. In over the Flyers blue line. Steps around Brown. Backhand. Saved by Milks.
Hit him.
Puck comes back. Campbell in the far corner. Plays it off the boards to Clark. Clark couldn't quite get a piece of it to get it out. Brown all over his man. Puck in deep. To Martin. Martin lifts that in the neutral ice to Clark. Clark in over the blue line. Shifts direction, shot just wide of the net. Orangeville defensemen were changing, couldn't keep it in the blue line. Admiral step around defenseman. Fire high and wide. Rebound comes to the blue line, kept in. Hobor gets a piece of it, gets it up to Clark. Clark to Maddox. Maddox steps over the blue line, shot. Blocker save. The Admirals clear it back out. Critchley with a good backhand, gets it deep. Middlehurst in on the forecheck. Ties it up in the far corner. Puck comes out. Critchley just overskated it. Middlehurst bumps his man. Admirals try to clear it. Goes off the back of Brady. Off Brady's skate. Just offside. 1 minute to go in the first period. Admirals regroup. Skated out of their zone. Mason in to take the draw. He'll win that forward. Admirals are the first to get there. Played it to the blue line. Just out. Kraus got to get back. Centering attempt. Broken up by Campbell. Campbell gets it to Critchley. Critchley across to Martin. Martin gets the zone. Takes it wide. 30 seconds to go in the period. Campbell at the blue line. Just chipped in off a Admirals player. He'll get the red line and dump it the rest of the way down the ice. Kraus in the far corner. Ties up his man. Comes out. Critchley picks it up. Skates it wide to the blue line. He'll get it out. Up to Martin. Martin gets over the blue line. Just runs out of space. And that'll do it for the first period. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it's good. But we were watching.
Keep waiting for John back up and he's falling.
So So I did. I don't know if they're going to get him. Yeah. Because it's not like he's watching TV. Yeah. I would say that.
Here we go to start the second period. Middlehurst in to take the draw. Won by the Admirals. Almost picked up by Clark. Admirals dump it in. Puck comes around to the boards. Martin tried to backhand it out. Shot hit Milks in the pads. Stays out. Mason picks it up. Skates over the blue line. Dumps it in. Gets bumped. Loose puck comes up. Admirals pick it up. Middlehurst. Spin. Regroups. Sets it up. Doesn't talk. Dribble. Just fires out wide of the net. Middlehurst applies pressure. Clark bumps his man. Puck still into the Admiral zone. They'll just send it out, and that'll go for icing. Brown wins the draw to Critchley. Critchley gets to Hobart at the point. He lets one go. Tipped just wide of the net. Arkema picks up that loose puck, changes directions. Brown along the half boards. Puck comes out to the picked up by the Admirals. Walk in shot. Bad save by Milks. Loose puck. He'll play that far out. Shot wide of the net. Hobart backhands that to the near boards. To the blue line. Kept in. Ready to deflect that one off a skate. Hobart to Arkema. To the blue line. Kept in by the Admirals. Puck in the near corner. Comes out. Shot. Saved by Milks. Critchley gets a piece of it. Gets it to Brown at the blue line. He'll send it to Arkema. In over the Admirals zone. Centering attempt. Brown with the shot. Loose puck. Nobody's there. Hobart to Brady. Brady keeps it in at the blue line. To Brown. Brown just back to Arkema. Arkema with the shot blocked in front. Admirals pick up that loose puck and they'll bring it out of their zone. And over the Flyers blue line. Skates wide. Hobart with a good stick to steer him on the outside. Loose man in front. Nobody was on him. Middlehurst gets taken down hard without the puck in the near corner. Brady across to Martin. Martin gets to the blue line. Keeps good battle, keeps it in. And the Admirals get it out. Parent pass, Hobart. Swipes at it, just to bump it off the stick. Shot, covered by Milks. Middlehurst in to take the draw. Won by the Admirals. The half boards. They'll dump it into the near or the far corner. Campbell tried to play it off the boards. Picked up by the Admirals. They'll skate it behind the Flyers net. All kinds of traffic in front with no help. And they score. Oilers didn't take the draw. They'll pick it up after some scrimmage. In over the blue line. Tries to play it through the Admiral skates. Back to Krause. Krause lets one go. Tipped wide. Just wide by Martin. Admirals to the blue line and out. Campbell with a good stick. Breaks up that play. Admirals in over the Flyer zone. Shot. Stick saved by Milks. Martin to the blue line and out. Admirals just fire it back into the Flyer zone. Nope. Stop there. Hand pass. Brown's in for the draw. He'll win it through Critch's legs. Dumped in by Thompson. Brown picks it up. Shot. Save. Admirals player gets waved out of the face-off circle. Brown wins it back to Thompson. Thompson across to Tribble. Tribble lets one go, blocked in front. Admirals play it off the boards. Past everyone. Thompson back in his own zone to pick up the puck. Plays it off the boards to the blue line and out to Brown. Brown gets it to Mason. Mason tries to send it through the Admiral skates. Block. Tribble to Thompson. Thompson off the glass. Critchley applying pressure, but all three Flyers forwards on the wrong one side of the ice. Admirals in over the Flyer zone. Lets one go, shot. Milks with the save. Brown picks up the rebound, but stolen behind the net. Tribble to Mason at the blue line, kept in by the Admirals. High stick, and they'll leave it go. Milks will grab that one to get it covered. $10:20 to go in the second period. Middlehurst wins it to Brady. Brady skates behind his net. Plays it up through neutral ice. Picked up by the Admirals. They'll fire it off the boards to the Orangeville blue line and carry it in. Brady with the breakup. Gets to Arkema at the blue line. Admirals play it back to their defenseman. Fire up to the far boards. In over the blue line. Shot way wide of the net. Rebound comes all the way to the blue line. Not out. Arkema to Clark. Clark in over the blue line. Shot. Rebound. Scores! Goal by number 95, Carter Middlehurst. 9:40 to play in the second period. Middlehurst in the draw, won by the Admirals. They'll play it up off the half boards. Dump it in the Flyer zone. Shot. Pad save by Milks. Campbell picks up that rebound, gets taken out a little high. That'll be a call. And Arkema's going to the box too. Admirals are going for interference. Flyers are going for the head contact. Middlehurst in to take the draw. Hugh wins it back to Campbell. Campbell throws it off the boards, just behind Clark. Admirals pick it up and dump it into neutral ice. They'll send it into the Flyer zone. Campbell off the far boards to the blue line, kept in. Admirals pick up the puck in the Flyer zone. Middlehurst on his man, steals the puck, and sends it too far for icing. Brown's in to take the draw, deep in the Flyer zone. One to the near boards, played back to the point. Admirals send it back in. Brown on his man. He walks out with it, picked up by Mason. Mason gets tripped, and that'll be an Admirals penalty. 2 minutes for tripping. Brown in to take the Flyers power play. Wins it back to Mason. Mason with a shot. Critchley just got a piece of it. Critchley gets bumped in the corner. Mason leaves it there for Critchley. Admirals fired off the boards. Tribble keeps it in at the blue line. Sends it to Mason. Mason off the post. Rebound comes to Thompson at the far blue line. Send in for Brown. Brown with the shot. Loose puck bouncing in behind. Tribble gets to Mason at the half boards. He chipped up for the Critchley. Critchley gets bumped from behind, no call. Tribble, he gets hit. Critchley with the puck in the near corner to Brown at center ice. Brown with the shot just wide. Admirals send that the length of the ice. Minook's out to play it. They'll get it to Brown and Thompson at the blue line, up to Critchley. Critchley over the blue line, lets one go. Shot just off the post. Mason, along the half board, sends it up to Hobart to the blue line. Played off the boards, kept in by Hobart. Hobart gets it to Brown. Brown sends it behind the net. Here it comes out front. Brown with the shot, stopped in front. Critchley with a shot. And the Admirals goalie will cover that for a whistle. .38 seconds to go in the Flyers power play. Middlehurst in to take the draw. Won by the Admirals. Martin picks up behind the net, sends it to the far boards. Admirals player overskates it. Centering attempt. Off a skate. That'll come to the blue line and out. Brady picks it up and regroups. He'll take it in himself. Up to the near boards, drops it back to Middlehurst. Middlehurst across to Clark. Clark at the blue line, dumps it in for Hobart. Hobart sends it in behind for Martin. Martin out front. Middlehurst just off an Admirals player. Middlehurst to Brady. Brady tries to get it across, and the Admirals will send that down the ice. That'll go for icing. Make sure with those passes. Middlehurst in to take the draw. Middlehurst wins it to Clark. Clark to Campbell. Campbell lets one go. Tipped in front, just over the net. Middlehurst to Martin. Martin in the near corner. Stolen by the Admirals. They'll get the blue line and out. To Crouch at the center ice. He'll get it to Clark. Clark in over the blue line. Comes a little wide. Jumps it in for Middlehurst behind the net. Admirals will play that to Clark in the near boards. Clark sends it back in. Middlehurst battling for it. Shot saved by the Admirals goalie. Brown in to take the draw. Won by the Admirals in the near corner. Critchley and Brown along the boards. Brown comes up with it. Got stuck. Critchley just. Admirals steal it. Play it off the boards. Campbell blocks it. Shot. And Milks will cover that one for a whistle. .5:34 to go in the second period. Brown in to take draw. Won by the Admirals. To the blue line and out. Brown applying pressure. Critchley picks up the puck. Gets it across to Thompson. Back to Critchley. Critchley up to Mason. Mason in over the blue line. Tries to send it through the Admiral skates. Brown picks it up. Lets one go just wide. Critchley along the far boards. Gets it in deep. Just overskated it. Admirals get a piece of it. To the blue line. Picked off by Thompson there. Mason in over the blue line. Backhands. Try to get it to Brown. Critchley to Tribble. Tribble over to Thompson. Thompson lets one go. Shot just tipped wide of the net. Critchley plays it off behind the net. Off the glass to Tribble. And just out of the zone. Brown just overskated it. Admirals pick it up, bring it into the Flyer zone. Admirals still with the puck, deep in the Flyer zone. Critchley bumps his man to break up that play. Brown gets it to Critchley at center ice. Critchley will walk in, send it toward the Admirals goalie, and he'll cover it for a whistle. .421 to go in the second period. Middlehurst in for the draw. He'll win it to Clark. Clark to Brady. Brady with the shot. Gets it on net. Middlehurst to Arkema. Arkema sends it through the blue paint. Brady fires it behind the Admirals net. Admirals will fire it along the boards to the blue line. Kept in by Hobor. Hobor to Clark. Clark lets one go. Gloved and bobbled. And he'll cover that one for the whistle. Middlehurst in. Admirals win that draw behind their net. On the boards. Hobor's pinching. Keeps it in. Puck along the half boards. Just over Middlehurst stick. Admirals in the Flyer zone. Played out by Clark. Middlehurst got a piece of it. Almost got a break. Admirals stopped at the blue line by Hobor. And they'll send it in again. Brady in the far corner. Sends it around the near boards. Nobody's there. Admirals fire it back in. Brady leaves it there. Centering pass. Picked up by the Admiral. Shot just wide of the net. Hobor. Played behind to Brady. Brady back to Hobor. Hobor off the boards to the blue line and out. Admirals play all the way back into their zone. And over the Flyers' blue line. Hobor gets bumped in the near corner. Shot wide of the net. Brady takes his man with a high elbow, and he's going to the box. I think he's getting 4. Stupid penalty. .234 to go in the second period. Brown's in to take the draw. Won by the Admirals. They'll play it back to the point. Send it back in. Shot. Gloved by Milks. Brown in again. Won by the Admirals. Played off the boards. Kraus got a piece of it. Gets to the blue line and out. Brown in, applying pressure. Admirals setting it up. Breaking out behind their net. To the blue line. To Campbell. He'll send that one back in. To the Admiral zone. Just out of Brown's reach. Second attempt. That was clearly hit from behind.
Hit from behind. Whatever you want to call it.
Admirals with the puck, bringing it into the Flyer zone. Centering attempt, picked off by Brown. Second effort, Admirals at the blue line. They'll keep it in. The far corner. Back up to the point. Half boards. Admirals player tries to skate in, runs into some traffic. Milk covers it, and then he let it go. Shot, wide of the net. Rebound comes to the far side. Centering attempt, shot, saved by Milks. Admirals play it along the boards. In deep. Shot off the side of the net. Picked up by the Admirals player, centering attempt. Loose puck in front. Mason gets a piece of it. He'll skate it into some clear ice. He'll send that down on the Admirals net. Mason in on the forecheck. Ties up his man. Mason picks up the loose puck. Plays it back to Tribble in neutral ice. Tribble swat at it. Get it to Thompson on the far side. Thompson over the blue line offside, but no call. Admirals still with the puck. Played it to the blue line. Dumped back in. 20 seconds to go in the period. Thompson swipes at it, gets it to the far corner. Admirals still with the puck in the Flyer zone. There's 3 of them. Pad save by Milks. Another shot. Stick save. Third shot. Finally in. They're just letting them shoot at him. 6.7 seconds to go in the second period. Middlehurst in. He'll win the draw to Clark. Clark gets it to Tribble. Tribble sends it to Critchley just out of his reach. And that'll do it for the second period. There we go, start the third. Middlehurst out to take the draw. Won by the Admirals. They'll chip it into the Flyer zone. Off the boards, Hobor. Plays it off the near boards. Picked off by the Admirals. Loose puck in front. Middlehurst to the blue line and out. Gets Akima in on the forecheck. Picked off by Clark. Clark walks around. Backhands that behind the net. Admirals pick up that puck and fire it around the near boards. Brady, good job on the line. Keeps it in. Gets it to Arkema. Arkema tries to chip it over the Admirals player, but doesn't get there. Brady, in on the puck. All sorts of pressure. Throws it off the far boards. Picked up by Clark. Clark just overskates it. Picked up by the Admirals player. Shot. Clubbed by Milks. Brown in on the draw. He'll win that to Campbell. Campbell throws it off the backboards to Critchley. He'll play it off the glass to Brown. Brown and Martin in the Admiral zone. Brown all kinds of pressure. Martin comes up with it behind the net. Martin still with the puck. Takes it the other direction. Sends it to the Krause at the blue line. Krause lets one go. Tipped in front. Sent wide. Clearing attempt. Brown got a stick on it. Keeps the puck in deep. Critchley. He'll get bumped. Leaves it there for Brown. Brown off the boards. Picked up by the Admirals. Played to blue center ice. Campbell. Across to Critchley. Admirals get a piece of it and send it back out to neutral ice. Krause with a dump-in attempt. Picked off by the Admirals. They'll play it off the boards and get it in deep. Admirals skate behind the Flyers net. Blocked out. Campbell with a good block. Admirals still with the puck. Brown bumps his man and Campbell picks up the loose puck. Campbell, stretch pass to Martin. And that'll go for icing. Middlehurst in for the draw. He'll win it back to Tribble. Tribble plays behind the net to Thompson. Thompson bumps his man in the corner. Middlehurst in to help him out. Admirals with the puck, gets bumped. Middlehurst gets a piece of it, sends it to the far boards to Mason. Mason back to Tribble. Mason, Tribble behind the net to Thompson. Thompson to Arkema. Arkema to Middlehurst at center ice. Middlehurst in over the blue line. Sends it there for Mason. Mason gets taken down. Admirals regroup, bring it out of their zone and dump it into the Flyers zone. Thompson behind his net, up the half boards to Mason. Mason leaves it there. Middlehurst bumps his man at the blue line, gets a piece of it, chips it out. Admirals back in the neutral ice. Into the Flyers zone, just Thompson off the boards for Kima. Kima into some traffic, puck comes out. Sent in on the Flyers net. Thompson backhands that to Tribble. Tribble back to Thompson. Thompson fires it around the boards to Clark. Clark will skate it out and just dump it through neutral ice. Admirals dump that into the Flyers zone. No icing. Shot off the side of the net. Milks is there to make the stop. Hobor to the near boards. Tried to get it to Brown. Admirals with the puck. Walks out. Catches an edge. And they keep it in. Centering attempt, shot, blocked in front. Flyers players aren't moving their feet. Hobor off the boards to Clark. Clark gets to the blue line and out. Clark runs over his man. Hobor cross to Brown. Brown in over the blue line. Steps around one man, lets one go. Big rebound. Comes to the far boards. Critchley catches an elbow, gets the puck, tries to get it in deep, but stolen by the Admirals. 10:25 to go in the third period. Hobor walks his man into the boards. Admirals with the puck behind the Flyers net. Brady with a good defensive move. Gets the puck to the blue line, not out. Admirals player down on his butt. Brown to Critchley. Critchley to Clark. Clark boots that back to Critchley into some traffic. Admirals dump it back into the Flyer zone. Brady gets it to Campbell, who leaves it for Critchley. Critchley to the blue line. And just out. Middlehurst in for the draw, just outside the Orangeville blue line. Won by the Admirals. They'll dump it in. Campbell waits with patience, gets it to the blue line to Martin. Martin will send it back to Campbell. Campbell will switch directions and send it all the way down. That'll go for icing. $9:29 to go in the third period. Middlehurst in for the draw. Won by the Admirals. They'll play it off the near boards behind the Flyers net. Puck takes a funny hop off the far corner. Kraus capitalizes. Gets it to Martin at center ice. Stolen by the Admirals. Just over the blue line. Critchley gets it to the blue line. Back in to Campbell. Campbell backhands that one over everybody's stick. Admirals played off the near boards and into the Flyer zone. Shot blocked wide by Kraus. Campbell picks up the rebound, sends it over to Martin on the half boards. Shot. And the Admirals were going for a charging penalty. $8:47 to go in the third period. Brown in to take the draw. He'll win it to the near boards. Back to Brown. Brown at the blue line. Sends it across to Tribble. Tribble back to Brown. Brown lets one go. Shot. Loose puck in front. Admirals get a piece of it. Clear it to Brown. Brown lets another one go just wide of the net. Mason in. Kept in by Thompson. Thompson to Brown. Brown to Tribble. Tribble mishandled that one. Gets it to Brown at the blue line. Shot tipped wide of the net. Arkema drops it there for Mason. Mason with the shot blocked, and that'll come out to neutral ice. Brown across to Tribble. Tribble gets bumped. And the Admirals will send it the length of the ice. Thompson on his man. Admirals come up with it. Tribble bumps his man in the corner. Brown to Arkema. Arkema across to Mason. Mason in over the blue line. Sends it through the Admirals' feet. Loose puck. Brown draws the crowd. Like, he's sending them both. I don't quite understand why both. Five on four for another 48 or less seconds. Middlehurst in to take the draw. He'll win it to Mason. Mason throws it off the near boards behind the net. Arkema keeps it in deep. Admirals are there first, and they'll send it the length of the ice. Admirals there first. Shot off the crossbar and out. Middlehurst along the near boards. He'll skate it out of the Flyer zone. Get the red line in. Gets it across to Arkema. Arkema with the shot. And glove down. 7 minutes to go in the third period. Middlehurst in to take the draw. He'll win it back to Hobor. Hobor winds up, lets one go. Bad save. Puck comes back to Hobor at the blue line. He'll kick it in. Picked up by the Admirals. Admirals skate through neutral ice, just lose it at the blue line. Chipped out by Hobor. Critchley to Brady. Brady skates through neutral ice into the Admiral zone. Loses an edge. Sends the puck towards the net, but nobody's there. Admirals capitalize and regroup. They'll send it to their blue line. Clark breaks up that play. Campbell to Critchley. Critchley across to Clark. Clark gets a piece of it. Chipped high. Glove down by the Admirals. Admirals get the red line and dump it in. Campbell in to collect that puck. Braces himself for a bit of a hit. And that'll get a whistle. Middlehurst in to take the draw, deep in the Flyer zone. 5 on 5. Middlehurst wins it to Campbell. Scrum draw, gets it to the blue line, not out. Crouch lets that one go in the corner. Shot, gloved by Milks. .5:51 to go in the third period. Middlehurst in for the draw. He'll win that back. Kraus behind the net to Campbell, just out of his reach. Critchley back to Campbell. Campbell up to Middlehurst. Middlehurst gets the red line and dumps it in. He'll go for a quick change. Clark and adding some pressure. Puck behind the Admirals net. Played off the far boards. To the blue line and out. Kraus is backing up a little too much. Admirals in the flyer zone. Campbell bumps his man, takes him down. Puck comes to Critchley. The blue line, not out. Blocker saved by Milks. Shot deflected behind the net. Critchley into Capital, connected. Gets it to Campbell. Campbell fires it around the far boards to Clark. Clark off the boards, back behind the Flyers net. Campbell off the boards. Tries to get it off the boards, but blocked in front. Shot. Pad saved by Milks. Rebound comes to the near corner. Campbell and Critchley digging at the puck. Puck comes out. Campbell's there. Campbell backhands that one to the Flyers blue line. Not out. Krause sets it up. Has a look. Sends it cross ice to Critchley. That'll come out of the Flyer zone. And the Admirals just dump it back in. .4:23 to go in the third period. Admirals win the draw all the way back into their zone. Martin, they'll play it off the boards, or off the glass to center ice. In over the Flyers blue line. Shot, saved by Milks. Mason in to take the draw. He'll win it to Tribble. Tribble plays it to Thompson. Thompson off the boards to Martin. Just out of his reach. Admirals in over the Flyer zone again. Puck in deep. Centering attempt. Past everybody. Arkema gets it to Martin. Martin at center ice. Just couldn't handle it. Mason bumps his man. Loose puck at the blue line. Walks in. Shot. Wide of the net. Rebound comes to the half boards. Second shot, again, wide of the net. Shot blocked in front by Thompson. Tribble. Picks it up, gets it to Martin. Martin skates it out. Stretch pass to Arkema. Arkema leaves it there for Martin. Martin gets it. Gets it to Arkema. Arkema winds up, shot. Blocked in front. Rebound comes to the near boards. Brady pinches. Sends it around to Arkema at the far boards. Arkema to Hobor at the blue line. Shot, rebound. Loose puck and still in the Admiral zone. They'll bring it out. Brady bumps his man. Arkema gets it back to Brady at the Flyers blue line. And Admirals dump that into the Flyers zone. Hobor to Brady. Brady kicks it back to Hobor. Hobor stretch pass to Critchley at the Flyers bench. Critchley tries to get it across to Mason. Mason chips it into the Admiral zone. 2:28 to go in the third period. Admirals misplayed that one. Middlehurst in the corner. Gets it to Critchley. Critchley shots off the post. Admirals chip it past. That's no icing. Flyers defense slowed down a little bit on that one. Hobor groups that puck. Dangerous pass across ice. Luckily comes out to neutral ice. Admirals fire that one into the Flyer zone. Brady out front gets it to Clark. Clark to Middlehurst. Middlehurst back to Clark. Clark over the blue line. Gets stood up. Puck in the far corner. Play behind the net. Critchley bumps his man. Krause. Admirals player took a run at him. Puck on the far boards. Flyers have an empty net. Shot wide of the net. 1:23 to go in the period. Admirals with the puck. Campbell to Middlehurst at center ice. Middlehurst and over the blue line with Critchley to Brown. Brown with the shot. Glove down by the Admirals. Flyers calling a timeout. .111 to go in the third period. Face off in the Admiral zone. Brown to take it. He'll win it to Critchley. Critchley lets one go. Shot just wide of the net. Clark at the blue line. Backhands that behind the Admirals net. Fired back. Brown on his man. 1 minute to go in the third period. Middlehurst gets a piece of it. He'll get bumped. Brown gets it to Middlehurst. Middlehurst back to Brown. Along the boards. Mason. Admirals come up with it. Send it to the opposite direction. Campbell. He'll try to chip it off the boards and get it deep. Admirals players are there, and they'll send it the length of the ice. That'll go for icing. 28.7 seconds to go in the third period. Brown in to take the draw again. Brown wins it. Back to Campbell at the point. Campbell to Middlehurst. Middlehurst lets one go. Blocker save. Centering attempt. And the Admirals will just lift that out and go for a skate. Clark beats the player. Loose puck behind the Flyers net. Picked up by Brown. Under pressure. Middlehurst comes out with it. Not enough time.